Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News. Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Stand up for your country. A robust two-party system is really vital for America. And a lot of people don't believe that. They want their party or their ideology to dominate, and the others are devils and should be shunted aside or whatever. That's not a good thing, all right? Because if you have a blend of beliefs, you can then, out of different points of view, maybe come up with a new and improved point of view by listening to the other side and incorporating good ideas that both sides may have. Too many Americans are what I call exclusionary. They do not respect dissenting points of view from their own. And we see that as now an industry on television news, that these agencies, as I've said over and over, and I'm sorry to be repetitive, are now targeting people's belief systems, not reporting the truth. It's easy to make money that way. That's what they are doing. Now, one political party in this country, and there are only two, Republican and Democrat, there are minor ones, but it would take billions of dollars, and I mean maybe 10 billion, to really get a third party up and running. So the one political party that's established is falling apart, and that would be the Democratic Party, absolutely evaporating before our eyes. What an interesting historical time. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Let me back it up. Not since the presidency of Jimmy Carter has the Democratic Party been so weak. A controversial man like Donald Trump sweeps into office, not because so many Americans love Donald Trump, the MAGA people do, but because Joe Biden and the Democratic Party were a disaster. Biden, the second worst president in our history. I document that in Confronting the Presidents. So a new poll by the Associated Press, 1,175 adults, the sample is fair. Question, do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of the Democratic Party? Favorable, 36%. Unfavorable, 55%. Are you kidding me? That is a disaster. Now, this week, with Donald Trump having some success economically in the Gulf, and the stock market coming back to where it was before Liberation Day, the Republicans have regained some momentum. And the Democrats don't know how to counter that. I think that's an accurate statement. But even worse is now that the administration of President Biden is beginning to be exposed. And all of these books are coming out saying that the Democratic Party knew Biden was challenged mentally. His acuity was declining. They lied about it. So did the media that props them up. Everyone was lying. Now, the most powerful Democrat in the country right now is Senator Charles Schumer. Roll the tape.
I'm interested to know whether the man that you saw sitting there on that couch on that day, you were in there, you saw him up close and personal. Did you really not have any idea that he was not fit to serve a second term?
Casey, we're looking forward. We have the largest Medicaid cut in front of us. We have the whole federal government at risk.
You're facing all of this because you lost a presidential election. And is that not Joe Biden's responsibility for deciding to run again?
We're looking forward.
That's it?
That's it.
All right.
That's embarrassing. Right? That's embarrassing. We lied about it. Our entire party did. But now we're not going to talk about it. Why we lied to the American people. I mean, that's one of the worst sound bites I've ever seen. Okay. So enter the media, which propped up Joe Biden. There's a question they did because they hated Donald Trump. Now there's a book coming out by CNN's Jake Tapper, who was one of the proper-uppers. Hates Trump, okay? And used his position at CNN to put Biden in a favorable light. Now he's got a book saying, no, Biden was compromised. Okay, Jake. I mean, who would buy this book? So let me give you two examples of what Tapper did in the past. First one is September 8th, 2023. Go.
Right. He's sharp physically. I mean, mentally.
Yeah.
I think the question is physically, right?
Right.
More so?
Right. Well, and then how do we ask that question? So everybody slows down as they age, and he maybe doesn't have the stamina to do the type of public appearances he would have done when he was 70 or 60. But does that mean that he doesn't have the stamina to do the job? I mean, I don't think there's like a simple answer to these questions.
I assume you think he's sympathetic and well-meaning. He's 81, and his memory, it doesn't seem great. It's not horrible, but I don't understand the outrage.
He doesn't understand the outrage. Okay. And so then Biden gets exposed and the Democrats lose, and then Tapper writes a book saying, yeah, it was a cover-up. But not Tapper. Although he did, to be fair, say something today about, well, maybe I could have done a better job. Yeah, maybe. Boy, oh boy. All right, finally, the Democratic Party continues to do what got it in trouble. Push propaganda. Now, I'll give you two, okay? So this gutter plane controversy is the media is pushing this, and the Democrats are on board. This is terrible. Trump shouldn't take the plane. And one of the reasons that the Democrats say Trump should not take the plane is because Qatar supports terrorists, Hamas in particular. Well, that's not true at this point in history. Roll the tape. If you know what's happening over there, and I do, all of those Gulf states are pumping in billions of dollars to the quote-unquote anti-terrorism programs. All of them. Now, last night on News Nation, I had to chastise our pal Leland Vittert, who told me that Hamas is still living in Qatar. That's not true. Okay? There's not one big Hamas guy in Qatar. Not one. Okay? So all of this media stuff that comes out and people believe it's just not true. Now, how did the Democratic Party and the media, some of it, get a hold of Hamas is living and being harbored in Qatar? They did that because Qatar allowed Hamas big shots to negotiate the hostage release with American and Israeli diplomats in Qatar. That's how Hamas got there. Here's the foreign minister. Go.
But what I can tell you very clearly is that the office of Hamas in Doha was created for the sake of the mediation process. Obviously, when there is no mediation process, the office itself doesn't have any function.
All right, so then because Qatar allowed the negotiation to take place, Hamas representatives came, and that's how the media and the Democratic Party threw that in Trump's face. Oh no, they're fostering terrorists over in Qatar. Now, I don't trust any of those Gulf states. None of them. I don't trust Saudi Arabia. I don't trust Emirates. I don't trust Qatar. To me, they turn on us like that. But right now, they like Trump because Trump is going to dismantle Iran. And they are pumping billions of dollars into helping the United States neutralize Iran. And that, of course, helps Israel. That's what's happening. But you would never know that listening and reading to the U.S. media. Second example, and this is even worse. Okay, the big Medicaid cuts. You're going to hear this 10,000 times. Oh, Trump's cutting Medicaid. Oh, ladies are going to be thrown out on the street. Babies aren't going to get Medicaid. Okay, here are the facts. You want to be ready for the facts. In the past 10 years, Medicaid, which is money provided by the states for poorer people to have health problems confronted and children's health insurance, the past 10 years, it has increased 13%. In the last 10 years, federal spending on Medicaid has increased $117 billion. That's a lot of money. The Republicans in their budget bill want to cut, $880 billion over a 10-year period. 10 years. That's $88 billion a year, out of the existing system by inserting a responsibility clause called community engagement. They're not cutting the program so that old ladies and unwed mothers get thrown off. They're saying that if you are going to get free health care, that includes some portions of Obamacare, that you have to work if you can find a job, and if you can't, you have to look for a job. And if you can't get a job, you have to do community service. Now, who opposes that? Not for women with young babies, they can't do that, okay? But it's for primarily young men who can work, and some women, single women, who can work. What, do you oppose that? What American would oppose that? So the layabouts and the drug addicts are supposed to get free medical care and they don't even care about getting a job? That's what this is all about. But you'd never know it by listening to the Democratic Party. Roll it.
Let's be clear. This is not a health care reform plan to improve our health care system or lower costs for families and patients. Nope, Republicans are looking to dismantle the basic Medicaid program to help tax cuts for billionaires.
And this is all being done in service of trying to provide a massive tax break to MAGA billionaire donors like Elon Musk.
Okay, so if you want to believe the Republican Party wants to reform Medicare in the sense of asking for people to look for work and do community service because they want to help Elon Musk make more money, then you're a nitwit. Beyond a nitwit, you're a moron if you believe that. But that's what the Democratic Party is peddling, okay? So when you add it all up, when you see the massive distortions and what they have and what they're grabbing onto, instead of saying, yeah, I'd like to reform Medicaid too, we should have a community engagement there so that the taxpayers aren't ripped off. We're for that. They're not for it. They're not for it at all. They want a massive thing. Now, let's get to the tax cuts for the rich. So you just heard Congressman Jeffries, the Speaker of the House, say, all right, there are no new personal income tax cuts in the proposed bill. It's simply an extension on the personal front of what Trump passed in 2017, because his 2017 tax bill runs out this year. That's all. It's not slashing my income tax rate. I stay the same. And I'm paying a lot of money to federal, state. Lot. Big. Okay? Now, there are some provisions in the bill that raise deductions for estate taxes because so many farmers are losing their land because they can't pay the estate taxes. They're too high. So the Republicans are want to raise that estate tax. That's true. Do you oppose that? Remember, estate, you already pay tax on that money. And there is some help for business. And it's complicated. But there's no personal tax cuts for the rich. But that's all you hear. Go.
You're going to throw over 13 million people off of Medicaid in order to pay for tax cuts for the rich.
They're doing this for tax cuts for the rich. They're doing that for tax cuts for the rich. If you actually take away tax cuts for the rich, what is a punchline for the Democratic argument?
They don't want people focused on their economic needs. They're not interested in tax cuts for the rich.
I think that if the Democrats are going to be aligned on one thing, it is not extending Trump's tax cuts for the rich.
We got beat up for, I think, unfairly calling the tax law the tax cuts for the rich.
All right. So the Democratic Party, to sum this talking points memo up, and I'm sorry it was so long, is, okay, they don't want any reform for Medicaid. They want anybody to get it, and you don't have to look for a job. You don't do community service. There's no personal income tax cut, yet they say there is over and over and over and over because the Republicans want to give more money to Elon Musk. Okay? There's no Hamas presence in Qatar to speak of, okay? But they say there is, and that's why Trump is betraying the nation by considering taking the plane. How much more of this can we absorb? And that's the memo. Hey, homeowners, if you haven't checked your home's title, aka your legal proof of ownership, it could already be stolen. Scammers target your equity, steal your title by forging just one document. Then they can take out loans or sell your home, all without you knowing. So you need to find out today if you are already a victim. Use promo code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com to make sure your title is still in your name. You'll also get a free title history report, plus a free 14-day trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud should happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com now and use promo code BILL. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL. Okay, YouTube. We got racial politics in Congress. Very important. And it's not boring. We'd like you to be part of it. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. It's free. And we deliver 2 a week. And I'm going to do an extensive YouTube reporting on my trip to Asia coming up. So you want to be on board with that, I think. Let's go to the mail. We got Elizabeth Hayes in Newport News, Virginia. I don't understand how President Trump can accept the gift of the plane from Qatar. Seems that would be unconstitutional. It'll be litigated, I'm pretty sure. I said yesterday, you may have heard it, Elizabeth, that he should just take it as a loan and then give it back when finally Boeing builds Air Force One. And I was going to say, by the way, but I can't do that. So Trump got a deal. I think it's 160 jets Qatar's going to buy from Boeing. So good luck with that Qatar. You probably get him about 50 years. Russell Towers, Plano, Texas, longtime viewer. You're by far the best in the business. Well, thank you, Russell. And nice of you to say that. When you say that the Statue of Liberty has no benefit, I almost fell to the floor. New York benefits annually about $300 million from all the tours, etc. I'm glad you didn't go to the floor. I said nobody personally benefits. So Donald Trump personally would benefit from accepting this plane from Qatar. That's his problem here when he goes into the legality of it all. So you can't compare the Statue of Liberty, which is a gift for the whole nation, to a plane, which is a gift for one guy. Now, Trump will say, well, it's the government. Okay. But I don't know if he's going to push it, but if he does the loan thing, then it gets cleared up. Sharon Whitener, St. Louis, do you think DOJ will investigate the unreal cost of nursing homes? DOJ has no authority to do that. DOJ can't investigate anything that isn't inside the federal government. It's government spending, not private spending. And I understand the nursing home situation, but those are private. Jim Carbono, Somas, California. Just curious, what's the status of Kate's Law? With all these illegal aliens rightfully deported, some of them will come back. You bet. Well, I can't get a Democratic sponsor in the Senate. Okay, I got the Republicans, and I gave the whole thing to President Trump on St. Patrick's Day. He's got a folder. But I can't get one Democrat to sign on to this. Now, I'm not giving up, but that's where it is. We need to get Kate's Law passed. You need a bipartisan thing. The Democrats won't. They don't care about criminal aliens coming back. It's shocking, but that's why the party is falling apart. It's absolutely shocking. I mean, I tried to get to Fetterman. I thought Fetterman would be the guy that might take a look at this. His guys wouldn't even hook us up on a call. That's how bad they are. Awful. Sue Gallion, Arnold, Maryland. I'm 71, take care of my brain-disabled son. It's just he and I because I have to do 24/7 care. I don't leave the house much. But I look forward to the No Spin News each evening on my Roku. It's one of the things that lift my day. You know, life is so hard, and I'm so sorry, Sue, that but you're such a good person. just keep that into account, how good a person you are, that a lot of parents wouldn't do this. So anything we can do for you, you let us know. Scott Malone, Ellsworth, Maine. I've been reading your books nonstop, O'Reilly, Confronting the Presidents, Killing the Witches, Killing England, Killing Lincoln, trying to read them in order. That's the order, okay? Next, Killing Crazy Horse. What are your thoughts on what's going on with Alberta, Canada? They're talking about leaving the country. It's the same thing in Eastern Oregon. There's a movement to attach themselves to Idaho. So Eastern Oregon counties, some of them want to go to Idaho. Never going to happen. None of that's going to happen. They can try, but Alberta's not going to leave Canada. Jacob Wright, Jakarta, Indonesia. Okay, they're mad at me. No, they're mad at me in Malaysia. That's where they're mad at me. My question is concerning Trump's drug costs that you talked about. If the president strikes a deal with companies to give America better prices, will that cause other countries' health care to go up? No, because each country negotiates separately. Now, the drug companies could say to Germany or Indonesia, we're not going to take your price, so you can't have our drug. They could do that, but they won't, because when America comes down, they're just going to make less profits, the pharmaceutical companies, and they don't like it. Jayshri Yivaz, Harare, Zimbabwe. How about that? I listen to your broadcasts every day. I enjoy the coverage and honest facts. Thank you. Have a great day. Well, Jayshri, I'll try to have a great day. And I want you to say, I have been to Zimbabwe. Okay? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I rafted down the Zambezi River. Toughest river in the world. 5s. Whew. Made it alive. That was some ride. Victoria Falls, right into the Zambezi. So we went to South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe on that trip. But I am glad you are watching all around the world, as I told our guests today. Karen Pernacchio, Fort Collins, Colorado. When are the Not Woke Mom mugs coming back in stock? My mother wants one. They're there. I told you we would sell out, but we got them. So go to BillO'Reilly.com store. We got the Not Woke mugs for mom and dad for Father's Day. But dad's going to sell out. So you got to get the Not Woke dad mugs now. Moms, we just got a new reorder. And we're twinning the Not Woke dad with Killing Crazy Horse together in a great, this is an excellent gift for not a lot of money. Okay? And backed by popular demand, we have all of my books, plus Confronting the President in one big bundle. If you really like Dad or Granddad, this is where you want to go. Word of the day, do not be peevish. Peevish. You can reach me at bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town if you wish to opine. Back with a final thought, and it will help people that don't have much money. There is a lot of talk about government debt, but the real crisis is personal debt. You need Done with Debt. They have unique strategies to help end your debt fast, so you can keep more of your hard-earned money. And they will not try to sell you a loan. They're tough negotiators. Will go one-on-one with your credit card and loan companies to drastically reduce bills, eliminate interest, erase penalties. Clients end up with more money in their pocket on month 1. And they don't stop until you're debt-free. Take a few minutes. Visit donewithdebt.com. It's free, but listen, some solutions are time sensitive, so you have to move quickly. Go to donewithdebt.com. Donewithdebt.com. Tell them Bill sent you. Our healthcare system is a mess, you know that. You wait weeks for a doctor's appointment, get 5 minutes there, then face delays, insurance, red tape. It's slow, frustrating, and it's why All Family Pharmacy stands out in the madness. All Family Pharmacy believes in medical freedom, meaning you decide what works for your health, not some agency or insurance company. Ordering is simple. No waiting rooms, pharmacy lines. Just go online, place your order, and get medications delivered right to your door. They offer 200 medications, including ivermectin and antibiotics, plus emergency kits, customized orders, even bulk buys. More than 100,000 Americans already trust All Family Pharmacy. It's time you check them out. So please go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Bill. Use promo code BILL10 for 10% off. Take your health into your own hands. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/Bill, code BILL10. Okay, final thought. I get so many letters. I don't have any money. I don't have any money. I don't have any money. And a lot of them are from senior citizens. And if you don't have any money, you're hosed in this country. That's it. You're screwed. There are, however, some safety nets, and here is one of them. Legal aid. It's free. Now, there are about 130 legal aid organizations in all across the country. You go there, and they have attorneys. It's free legal assistance provided to people who are poor. If you make less than $20,000 a year, individual, or $40,000 for a family of four, you can get free legal advice from legal aid. You go in there with it, whatever your problem is, and they will advise you or give you legal counsel or whatever. And this is what you have to do, because you're going to get it. Every single American, all 335 million of us, before we die, are going to have a problem somewhere that you're going to need help with. And if you can't pay an attorney, you're going to get it hard. But legal aid, if you are poor and you don't have any money, they are in business to help you. So find out where your nearest legal aid operation is. That's number one. I feel terrible for it, but this is a capitalist society. You have got to have some assets. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.